Here's the breakfast. Half of a Dave's Everything bagel. Has good protein and fiber in it. 2 eggs and about a quarter cup of cottage cheese. Probably has like 30 grams of protein in this breakfast. I love this breakfast. It's quick, it's easy, high protein. Just finished probably one of the hardest upper body lifts I've done in a long time. I haven't done barbell bench in a long time. I haven't done chin-ups, pull-ups in a long time. So my arms and my chest and my shoulders are complete noodles right now. But it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Class was good. It was a little bit bigger of a class than I normally have, which makes it really fun. Sometimes those early morning ones, when there's like 2 or 3 clients, they can go by a little bit slower. Not that I don't love it. I love it. It's fun when there's more people. I think it's fun for me and for the clients. Now I'm gonna go grab coffee. Well, probably not gonna grab coffee because I have my espresso machine, so I'm probably gonna go make coffee at home. But I am gonna go to this coffee shop to get their overnight oats because their overnight oats are probably the best overnight oats I've ever had. Probably because they put so much like coconut and fat and stuff in them, but they are so good. It's like chia, coconut milk, oats, berries. I'll show you guys when I get it. So we're gonna do that, go home, shower, reset, get ready for the day, just hang out for a second and then head to the office probably around 11:30. That lift took me a little bit longer than I thought it would. Okay, we secured the goods. I thought they didn't have it today, but they did. Chia overnight oats with coconut. It's actually probiotic chia overnight oats. There's berries, oats, coconut milk, chia seeds. It's so yummy. I try not to eat the whole thing because there's just like a ton of calories in that, which is fine. I just feel like I want to go home and have more protein, and this is like very carb and fat heavy. Totally fine. And I also picked up their carrot ginger orange juice. This is so good. But I'm gonna have this on my way home and go make my protein pancakes, or maybe just have like yogurt or something. I don't know, like protein heavy breakfast after that workout because my arms are toast and that was really hard and I know I need to like refuel. I've just been editing the workout to post in my car. It's taking me like 7 minutes to edit it. I love CapCut. It makes things so easy. But yeah, that's the day so far. I also want to say, like, there's so much online, so many different workouts out there. If you're ever lost or confused on like what you should do, literally ask ChatGPT. Like if you have a very specific goal of like losing weight, putting on muscle, whatever your body comp you want to have, like just ask ChatGPT and it will punch out like workouts. Be like, give me 2 strength workouts a week and 2 cardio workouts a week. Boom, there's your workout schedule. But also, while that does work 100%, like hiring a coach who has experience and like can work with you as you ebb and flow through your workouts and your health journey is important. And also someone that's accountable. To have accountability is really important. So don't ever discount that part of it. Like the experience is really important. But yeah, gonna go home, shower, get ready, and pick this back up at home. Doing some oat milk. I've tried regular milk in my coffees at home and I just don't really love it. I like the taste of oat milk better, even though there's like oils and shit. The only thing I don't understand about my espresso machine is that it only makes one espresso shot at a time. So like I can only fill 10 grams worth of coffee grinds into each thing each time. So I have to do 2 separate shots for 2 espresso shots, which I don't know if that's normal or not. I think the Breville one does 2 at once. Okay, running a little bit behind, but I just touched up the hair. It's gonna fall throughout the day, which I honestly prefer it to not look so curly. And just doing my usual Queens and Monsters by Henry Rose. This is the best perfume I've ever had in my entire life because it's like sweet and smoky at the same time, and it fades just enough through the day where it's like not bothering you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I put scents on and they're just like kind of bugging me throughout the whole day, like it's too strong. No, this is perfect. Henry Rose. I love all of their scents. I actually just found a new one I want to get in the smaller size. But yeah, I've eaten breakfast, touched up hair and makeup, got changed. I'm wearing my Adidas right now, but I'm gonna put Uggs on when I get in the car, and I have a coat in the car, but we gotta go because I'm running a little bit behind. Also, I forgot today, I have a health coaching client this afternoon. I'm gonna have to take the call at the office, and at the office, I don't have my own office, so I have to take the call in my car, which is kind of frustrating, but I love health coaching. When I go into those calls, sometimes I get a little bit of like imposter syndrome of like, who am I? But then I remind myself I have so much experience, personal experience, and I'm certified. And it's something that I love. Like when people ask me if you could do one thing for the rest of your life, it would probably be health coaching because it is like the most transformative work I've ever done in my entire life. But anyways, we'll check back in later. Chicken and rice. And then I'm just gonna cut these little tomatoes over it. And then my favorite sauce for like any bowl right now is Trader Joe's aioli garlic mustard sauce. It's like just the perfect amount of spicy to sweet. It's so good. Okay, we're back. I want to introduce you to Fireside Chats with Sarah. This apartment that I'm in right now, I'm going to be living in until March, and it's the first time I've had my own space in a couple months, and there's a fire. But so you've seen kind of like a little bit of day in my life, and I kind of just wanted to spend time explaining where I'm at with a lot of different things, because my life through this YouTube channel especially will look so complicated, and it honestly kind of is a little bit complicated. Not my first pick, not my first choice, but this is just where I'm at with everything. So I most recently was living in Newport Beach, California for the last year. I moved back to Washington last summer. Pretty much just because I felt a call to be close to family again. I have been away for so long, and I've grown up so much in the last 8 years that I felt like it was just time to like be present again and just contribute. Like there were so many birthdays and events that I was missing where I was like, oh, that's okay, I can fly home, I'll see them next month, or I'll see them at the holidays. But I kind of just wanted to be able to like call up my dad and go get lunch with my dad, or like on a weekend go have dinner with my family. And I didn't realize how much I would have missed that. And I think it was really fun being so independent for so long and having so many experiences along the way. Like, I am who I am today because of the last like 8 or 9 years of my life. Like, absolutely insane journey and lots of challenges and just so many fun, crazy memories and people that I've met along the way that have made me who I am today. So grateful for it. And honestly, like, will I live in Washington forever? I have no idea. But right now, it feels okay. The winter is rough. Like, I will say I have not had a winter like this in a long time, between the cold and the wet rain and all of the pretty trees. I mean, there is evergreen trees, which are really nice, but the pretty leafy trees are all brown right now, so that's not that fun. But yeah, being close to family, it feels good. But for context with like where I'm at with my career, I'm in a weird place. I turned 30 last year and 100% not where I thought I would be when I turned 30. So I'm like kind of like director of operations for a youth sports program, which is kind of like my main job. However, that job is unfortunately only 25 hours a week. So it's not the only job I can have if I want to sustain my own life financially. But the last year, 2 years, I have been operating my own personal training and health coaching business, both in person and online. Did it a bunch in Newport Beach. That was like my main job in Newport Beach and was so much fun. However, it was brutally exhausting and I did burn myself out because I was working so much to try to keep up with the finances, and like it just, yeah, I just didn't take enough breaks and I didn't like structure my business well and stuff like that. So I definitely 100% got burnt out. But on that note, also had so much fun. That was the first time in my life I actually had like a big group of friends and was doing really social things really often and just had so much fun. And the people I met there are really amazing people. And just how I met all of those people in Newport, like, I know it was with purpose from God. And like those people, once I met those people, it felt like they should have been in my life for my entire life. Like, some of the girlfriends I met down there, I wish I have known them since I was like 5 years old. Like, they just mean so much to me and they're just like the best people. And so with this move, that has been like the hardest part, is like leaving such good quality friendships behind. Not that we can't stay friends, of course we're still friends. It's just different when you don't get to see them as often as you were. So having my sports job, I now am working at a gym as a personal trainer and teaching classes on top of my sports job, and still doing like online training for my business. So the business is okay. It's not as great as it was in Newport Beach, but I am working to like rebuild that up right now in person and online. To my core, like, I've tried a bunch of times to go down the corporate world, and maybe it just wasn't the right job or the right time or the right company, whatever. But every time I've gotten to a point in a job with a corporate job where, you know, I'm getting close to potentially getting an offer and then I don't get the offer, I honestly feel like a sense of relief not getting the offer, because for some reason, the thought of going into corporate brings so much fear and anxiety to me, because it feels very limiting and very structured. And like the fact that I'd be spending 40 hours a week on a computer screen, or almost that many hours on a computer screen in like an office with overhead lights, just like, it is so not me. Like, if you know me and who I've been since like a little girl, I've always loved outside. I've always loved being active. I've always loved animals. I've always loved helping people. And coaching is truly like the thing that comes the most natural to me. It is like something that brings me so much joy and purpose and meaning. And what's unfortunate is like from a society's point of view, when we're talking about like different careers and like when you're at a party or whatever and you tell people what you do, to me, to say personal trainer has so much like connotation behind it, because obviously when you say personal trainer, people don't think that you make a lot of money, or like, you know, anyone can do personal training, which is very, very true. You really don't make a ton of money doing personal training. It is a huge grind, and really anyone can get a personal training certification. But for me, coaching, strength training, and health coaching, like I said, it just becomes, it's so natural for me and organic. And when I am walking a client through their fitness or health journey, it is like instantly rewarding. That being said, of course there's huge challenges that come with it, but when I have a client session and then the next week they tell me they've implemented something into their life that like made a huge difference, it is the most rewarding thing in the world, because I have been where they have been and been completely helpless. I've had the worst injuries, the worst gut health issues, and had no direction, no help. Google was not helping, doctors were not helping, and it was just the hardest time of my life, and I just felt hopeless. So the fact that I get to walk people through their struggles is incredible. It's an amazing opportunity, and I'm so grateful every single day for every single client I have ever had and continue to have in the future, for being able to trust me and guide them through that. So that's where I'm at right now. It's kind of like half of this sports job, half personal training and coaching and online coaching, and it's going okay. It's going okay. Like, I'm having fun, but I know there's some things I can definitely change about it. I can definitely turn the notch up on the business side of things. And with this YouTube channel in particular, I just want to continue to share like a little bit more about my background and my story in the hopes of helping other people. I really hope through my social media, it comes across as like, this is what I'm doing because I hope you can gain benefit from it. Like, whoever is watching this or like looking at my Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and like I'm sharing a workout or a recipe or just like a mindset talk like this, like I want to be able to help other people through that. Like, that is my why. That is what brings me fulfillment and joy. And I never want to post content that's like just about me. Like, of course I have in the past, and I'm sure I'm going to at some point, but like with my business and what brings me fulfillment internally really is like, how can this piece of content potentially inspire or help somebody else? And just now it feels very, sometimes things feel very self-fulfilling. Like, look at me, let's take pictures. I want to get pictures of me. It's so fun to do that. I love taking photos. Who doesn't? But I want to just make sure that through my words and my content, it is very much like, this is my journey and this is my life in the hopes of helping somebody else. And I know I'm probably going to stray from that at some point, but I hope that I can just like remember that in those moments and come back to it. But yeah, and one thing I do really love about social media is being able to learn from other people. And I think we discredit social media from that a lot. Like, sometimes I just get into a comparison mode in social media versus like, how can I learn from this person? And the fact that I can share a video or share a photo or an Instagram story, and someone who doesn't even live in the same country as me could see that and learn from my story and experience is pretty amazing. I don't want to talk like too much on my story and my background, because honestly, like, I'm sick of ruminating and like thinking about it. I'm pretty past it at this point. But I do think it's important to like share where I've come from and how I continue to grow from those experiences. I also had another thought I wanted to share to YouTube tonight, and that I say this to myself every single day. Literally every single day. I tell myself, you never know
who you're gonna meet today. And one time I said this when I was going into work and I met Zac Efron that day. And you literally never know who you're gonna run into, who you're gonna meet, who you're gonna talk to. You can make a best friend tomorrow. You could meet your future partner, father, wife of your children, whatever. Like, you literally never know who you're gonna meet, and like having that open mindset can change the game for you. I'm in this place in my life right now where I've kind of been living a little bit at home. I've been living at home a lot since I moved here in the summer, and that's kind of hindered myself from having a social life because both my parents really live in the middle of nowhere, and it's very hard to find people similar to my age that like to do the same things as me where they live, and I'm kind of always like going back and forth. So now that I'm in Seattle and can have a little bit more of a social life and just access to things closer to me, I am having that mindset every single day of who, like, you never know what tomorrow brings. You never know, good or bad, like who you're gonna meet, what could happen. Your life can change in literally a single moment in time. So that's just like my little mindset tip of the day today. Like, go into every day being like, today could bring an amazing opportunity because you really never know. So that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. It probably wasn't that exciting of a day, but I'm just sharing what I want to share. If anything, I get to look back in a couple years on some fun videos that I recorded and see where I was in my life, because I hope in a few years I'm not in the same position. Like, I like to grow, I like to change. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.